Hello and welcome everyone. So in this video I would like to discuss about study note number 10, and that is payment of Bonus Act 1965. Payment of Bonus Act 1965, its object, its scope and its applicability. ओके जल्दी जल्दी हम लोग देख लेते हैं इसमें इम्पोर्टेंस कौन कौन सा टॉपिक इम्पोर्टेंट है फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Okay, so what is bonus? The term bonus has not been defined in this act. The Bonus Commission has observed that it is difficult to define in rigid terms the concept of bonus, but it is possible to argue that once profit exceed a certain base, labor should legitimately have a share in them. Okay, so it is possible to argue that once profit exceed a certain base, labor should legitimately have a share in them. In other words, it is need to construe the concept of bonus as sharing by the worker the prosperity of the concern in which they are employed. Proper to construe the concept of bonus as sharing by the worker prosperity in the prosperity of the concern in which they are employed. Okay, एक्चुअली बोनस दिया जाता है लेबर को इन केस प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज हो रहा है कंपनी में, देन इन दैट केस लेबर आर राइट टू रिसीव सच शेयर as a bonus. Okay, so now applicability of the bonus act. Territorial wise, this act is applicable to the whole of India. This act shall apply to the following: every factory and every other establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed on any day during an accounting year. During an accounting year, very important to remember, not financial year. During an accounting year, very important. It may comes in your multiple choice question as December 2020 online examinations. Every other establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed on any day during an accounting year. Okay, any establishment or class of establishment as notified by the appropriate government employing such number of persons less than 20 as may be specified in the notification, that the number of persons so specified shall in no case be less than 10. An establishment to which this act apply shall continue to be governed by the act, notwithstanding that the number of persons employed falls below 20 or the number of specified in the notification. Okay, so ये important है. Every other establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed on any day during an accounting year. So this is it. Now in case of banking company, section 2 subsection 8 define the term banking company as a banking company as defined in section 5 of the Banking Company 1949 and includes State Bank of India and any subsidiary bank as defined in the State Bank of India Subsidiary Banks Act 1959, any corresponding new bank as specified in the schedule to the Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertaking Act 1970, any corresponding new bank constituted under section 3 of the Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertaking Act 1980, any cooperative bank as defined in section 2 subsection BII of the Reserve Bank of India Act, and any other banking institution which may be notified in this BL by the central government. Okay, so what do you mean by employee in case of payment of bonus act 1965? section 2 subsection 13 ये important है, section important, इसको remember याद रखना पड़ेगा. section 2 subsection 13 defines the term employee as any person employed on a salary or wage not exceeding 21,000 per annum with effect from 1st April 2014 in any industry to do any skilled or unskilled manual, supervisory, managerial, administrative, technical or clerical work for hire or reward, whether the terms of employment be express or employed, apprentice will not be treated as an employee. Apprentice will not be treated as an employee. Okay, so this is the definition of employee as per Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Then then eligibility for bonus. Who are the eligibility for bonus? Section 8 provides that every employee shall be entitled to receive bonus from his employer or in an accounting year. For this, he has to work in the establishment for not less than 30 working days in that accounting year. मिनिमम आपको 30 डेज को वर्क करना पड़ेगा इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ड्यूरिंग द अकाउंटिंग ईयर in order to eligible to obtain bonus. Okay, so section 8 provides that every employee shall be entitled to receive bonus from his employer in an accounting year. For this, he has to work in the establishment for not less than 30 working days in that accounting year. Clear? So what are the disqualification for bonus? Section 9 provides that Section 8 provides eligibility for bonus and Section 9 provides disqualification for bonus. Section 9 provides that an employee shall be disqualified from receiving bonus if he is dismissed from service or fraud or riotous or violent behavior while on the premises of the establishment, or theft, misappropriation और sabotage of any property of the establishment. अगर ये सब कुछ conduct किया है employee ने, then in that case he will be not qualified to obtain bonus. Okay, so what is the minimum and maximum bonus? Section 10 provide that Section 10 provide minimum and maximum bonus. Employer shall be bound to pay every employee in respect of the accounting year a minimum bonus which shall be 8.33% of salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year, or 10, whichever is higher, whether or not the employer has any available surplus in the accounting year. ओके मिनिमम एज पर सेक्शन 10 वो कह रहा है कि प्रोवाइड दैट एम्प्लॉयर शैल बी बाउंड टू पे एवरी एम्प्लॉई इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ द अकाउंटिंग ईयर ए मिनिमम bonus which shall be 8.33% of the salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year, or 100, whichever is higher, whether or not the employer has any available surplus in the accounting year, is bound to pay. And section 11 provides that if the allocable surplus exceeds the amount of minimum bonus payable to the employee, the employer shall be bound to pay to every employee in that year in proportion to the salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year, subject to the maximum of 20% of such salary or wage. Clear? So this is it all about the applicability of bonus. Now computation of available surplus, so set up of allocable surplus. So what are the bonus limit? This is important. Bonus limit as per section 12 provide that where the salary or wage of an employee exceeds rupees 10,000 per month, the bonus payable to such employee shall be calculated as if his salary or wage were 10,000 per month. Okay, ये important है. Then next, time limit, reference of dispute, presumption about accuracy of balance sheet, audit of accounts, penalty. So I have discussed all the important topics under Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Now we have to discuss all the multiple choice questions. So let's get started. Fill in the blanks. Number 1, the two types of establishment under the Payment of Bonus Act are dash and dash. These are private and public. One is private, another is public. The two types of establishment under the Payment of Bonus Act are private and public. Then number 2, to get eligible for bonus, an employee is to work dash in that accounting year. So in order to eligible to obtain not less than 30 days, at least 30 days you need to be in a work in a accounting year in order to eligible for bonus. Then number 3, wage limit for getting bonus is rupees 21,000. Wage limit for getting bonus is rupees 21,000. Then question number 4, the minimum bonus payable is at dash of the salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year or dash whichever is higher. The right answer is the minimum bonus payable is at 8.33% of the salary or wage earned by the employee during the accounting year or rupees 100 whichever is higher. Then the time limit for bonus payment by issue of an award passed on the dispute regarding the payment of bonus is dash 1 month within the award becomes enforceable. The time limit for bonus payment by issue of an award passed on the dispute regarding the payment of bonus act is 1 month within the award becomes enforceable. Okay. Then annual return is to be filed in form number D. Annual return is to be filed in form number D. Then number 7, any dispute arises between an employer and his employee in regard to the payment of bonus shall be deemed to be an इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट. इसको इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट क्या आ जाएगा? डीम्ड टू बी एन इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट इन केस एनी डिस्प्यूट अराइजेस बिटवीन एन एम्प्लॉयर एंड हिज एम्प्लॉय इन रिगार्ड टू द पेमेंट ऑफ बोनस. ओके. देन नंबर 8, बोनस इज एन डैश टू इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन. बोनस इज एन इंसेंटिव टू इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन. ओके, रिमेंबर bonus is an incentive to increase the production. Now then number 9, bonus is neither dash nor dash defer for payment of wages. So right answer is gratuitous. Bonus is neither gratuitous nor deferred payment. Deferred payment of wages. Clear? Then number 10, the establishment in public sector is an establishment owned, controlled or managed by dash a government company. Right answer is government company. Clear? Now we have to choose the correct answer. Number 1, which one of the following is not applicable to the bonus act? इसमें कौन applicable नहीं है bonus act के लिए? Every factory ये applicable है for bonus act. Every factory eligible to applicable for bonus act. Every establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed on any day during the accounting period, yes, it's applicable. But Life Insurance Corporation of India is not applicable for bonus act. So the right answer is choice number C. Then number 2, who is not eligible to get bonus? Who is not eligible to get bonus? A temporary workman. A temporary workman also eligible for bonus. A peace-related employee also eligible for bonus. A retrenched employee also eligible for bonus, but a dismissed employee cannot eligible to get bonus as per Bonus Act 1965. So the right answer is choice number B. Then number 3, the maximum bonus payable during an accounting year is dash of the salary. The maximum bonus payable during an accounting year is dash of the salary. The right answer is 20%. Choice number D, 20%. 8.33 no, 12% no, 50% no. Right answer is 20%. Clear? Then number 4, if an employee draws pay of rupees 15,000, what is the maximum bonus payable to him? अगर कोई employee draw कर रहा है 15,000, then in that case what is the maximum bonus payable to him? As we know that rupees 10,000 is the maximum bonus limit. Okay, so the right answer is choice number A. Clear? Then number 5, the time limit for making bonus payment is, the time limit क्या है bonus payment का? Within a period of 1 month from the close of the accounting year? No. Within a period of 3 months from the close of the accounting year? No. Within a period of 6 months from the close of the accounting year? No. Within a period of 8 months from the close of the accounting year? Yes. The time limit for making bonus payment is within a period of 8 months from the close of the accounting year. Remember. Now next, Number 6, annual return shall be filed by every employer on or before 31st March, no. 30th September, no. 1st February, yes. In case of Payment of Bonus Act 1965, annual return shall be filed by every employer on or before 1st February. So right answer is choice number C. Choice number C, 1st February. Clear? Then number 7, which of the following is included? Which of the following is included in the definition of salary or wage? Um, as per Payment of Bonus Act 1965, which are included in the definition of salary or wage? Uh, commission not included, DNS allowance include होगा, retracement compensation not included, value of any house accommodation not included, but DNS allowance is included in the definition of salary or wages in case of Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Okay, then number 8, which one of the following is deductible from the gross profit? इसमें कौन डॉट डिडक्ट होगा ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट? डेप्रिसिएशन, यस. डेवलपमेंट रिबेट, yes. Any direct tax payable, yes. So the right answer is choice number D, all of the above. All of the above. Which one of the following is deductible from the gross profit? All are less from gross profit in order to calculate the gross profit for the purpose of payment of bonus. So depreciation is allowed, development rebate allowed to less from gross profit. Any direct tax payable also allowed for reduction from gross profit. So all of the above. Right answer is choice number D, all of the above. Then number 9, dash percent of the paid up equity share capital as at the commencement of the accounting year is allowed deduction from the gross profit in respect of banking company. The right answer is 7.5%. Number A. Right answer is 7.5% of the paid up equity share capital as at the commencement of the accounting year is allowed deduction from the gross profit in respect of banking companies. Clear? Then number 10, 6% of the reserve shown in the balance sheet as at the commencement of the accounting year is allowed for dash company. 6% of the reserve shown in the balance sheet as at the commencement of the accounting year is allowed for dash company. The right answer is foreign company, no. Banking company, no. Company other than banking company, yes. Corporation, no. So right answer is choice number C, company other than banking company. 6% of reserve shown in the balance sheet as at the commencement of the accounting year is allowed for company other than banking company. Clear? Now state whether true or false. Need to choose which sentence are true or which sentence are false. So let's get started. First one, number 1, customary bonus is covered under the Payment of Bonus Act 1965. No, false. Customary bonus is not covered. Is not covered. Okay, so customary bonus is not covered under the Payment of Bonus Act 1965. So this sentence is false. Number 2, Bonus Act is not applicable to government department. Yes, Bonus Act is not applicable to government department. So this sentence is true. A dismissed employee reinstated with back wages is entitled to bonus. Yes, this sentence is also true. A dismissed employee reinstated पुनर्स्थापन होगा अगर वो एम्प्लॉई अगेन बैक वेजेस अगर उसने फिर से अपॉइंटमेंट हुआ है विथ द वेल स्टेट ऑफ माइंड, देन इन दैट केस ही इज एलिजिबल फॉर बोनस. ओके, so this sentence is true. Then where, number 4, where an employee has not worked for all the working days, he is entitled to full bonus. No, this sentence is false. Need to work at least 30 days in order to eligible for bonus during an accounting year. Okay, then number 5, where in any accounting year an employee is found guilty of misconduct causing financial loss to the employer, then the employer may deduct the amount of loss from the bonus payable to the employee. Yes, this sentence is true. Where वो कह रहा है कि where in any accounting year an employee is found guilty of misconduct causing financial loss to the employer, in that case the employer may deduct the amount of loss from the bonus payable to the employee. Yes, this sentence is true. Then number 6, during the preceding before during the proceeding before any arbitrator, or you can say tribunal, it is required to prove the accuracy of accounts of the establishment. No, false. This sentence is false. Number 7, no court shall take cognizance or any offense punishable unless a complaint is made by the authority by appropriate government. Yes, this sentence is true. Then number 8, where an establishment is newly set up, the bonus shall be payable only in respect of the accounting year in which the employee derived profit from such establishment. Yes, this sentence is true. वो कह रहा है कि where an establishment is newly set up, the bonus shall be payable only in respect of the accounting year in which the employee derive profit from such establishment. अगर न्यूली सेटअप भी हो रहा है होगा तो फिर बोनस कैलकुलेशन किया जाएगा अगर प्रॉफिट डिराइव हो रहा है कि नहीं फ्रॉम दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और एस्टेब्लिशमेंट. Okay, so this sentence is true. So number 9, an establishment shall be deemed to be newly set up by reason of a change in its location, management, ownership. No, this sentence is false, as ये रीजन नहीं है चेंज इन इट्स लोकेशन, मैनेजमेंट और ओनरशिप in case of establishment newly set up. Then number 10, customary bonus can be adjusted against the amount of bonus paid to the employee. Yes, customer bonus can be adjusted against the amount of bonus paid to the employee. So this sentence is true. Okay, so in this way I have discussed all the multiple choice questions, whether it is fill in the blanks, correct answer, selection of correct answer, or state whether true or false. I have discussed all such important questions. You need to revise them as many times as possible, and also practice long type of questions. The long type of questions are: narrate the circumstances which disqualify an employee to receive bonus. This is important. What is the available surplus and allocable surplus? Write notes on set on and setup of allocable surplus with example. What are the various methods in computation of bonus? This is important. What are the obligation of the employer under the act? एम्प्लॉयर का ऑब्लिगेशन क्या है इन केस ऑफ बोनस एक्ट 1965. राइट शॉर्ट notes on productivity linked bonus. What are the power of the inspector of this act? Discuss section 21 of the act which deals with the recovery of bonus due to an employee. Define the term banking company, whether a cooperative bank is a banking company. List the establishments that are exempted from this act. So these are all long type of questions. I have selected some important questions for your examination point of view. You need to remember them and revise as many times as possible. So in the next video we have to discuss about study note number 11, Minimum Wages Act 1948. Okay, so this is it all about Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your support.